Monday Night Raw, the go home. Yes, the go home episode before the Royal Rumble. Was it a good show? Was it a bad show? We shall see. The show started off with Seth Rollins, AOP, the Monday Night Messiah, Seth Rollins, and the AOP, and the new member of the group, Buddy Murphy, coming out, and Seth Rollins was basically talking about pretty much just thanking the fans. Pretty much like the fans pretty much changed him, changed his character, booing him and whatever. So that pretty much changed Seth Rollins' character. So he was sarcastically thanking them. And he was thanking Buddy Murphy for him stepping in last week and pretty much joining the group. And KO, Kevin Owens, and Samoa Joe comes out and interrupts. And they were pretty much, asking for a fight. But obviously knowing that they was outnumbered 2-4, they called out the tag team champions of the Viking Raiders, the Raw tag team champions, the Viking Raiders. And they just cleaned house. Rollins didn't want no type of smoke with those guys and just left Buddy and AOP hanging while, they were getting beat down by KO, Joe, and the Viking Raiders. And out of anger, out of just pure hatred, Rollins and Murphy asked for a Raw Tag Team title shot. Pretty much. They just wanted the title shot, pretty much. In a backstage segment. The first match of the night was the highly anticipated Rey Mysterio and Andrade U.S. title match, which was in a ladder match. Great match. It was a brutal match. Whenever these two guys get in the ring, it's phenomenal. Andrade won this match, obviously. And Andrade attempted to DDT Rey on the unpadded floor, like he normally does. And he wasn't able to do it because of the return of Humberto Carrillo. And he saved Rey. So it's going to be apparently Andrade and Humberto match for the U.S. title, apparently. So we'll see what happens with that. Aleister Black comes out and has a squash match. 3 seconds. The guy just ran into the Black Mask. Yeah. Brock Lesnar shows up again this week with Paul Heyman. That was pretty much hyping up the Royal Rumble, saying they was going to win, and, yeah. And then Ricochet, out of all people, comes out and pretty much asks for a fight. I thought this whole thing was pointless. It did do no type of favors for both men. Lesnar walked out on Ricochet, pretty much laughing in his face. But Lesnar walks back in the ring and just low blows Ricochet. You blow a guy that's half your size. You could have just F5'd him and just called it a day. But, okay, you just low blowed him. Brock Lesnar, man. That's Brock Lesnar for you guys. Drew McIntyre has one of the best matches he's had with Randy Orton, the Randy Orton. They had a pretty solid match until the OC of AJ Styles, Carl Anderson, and Luke Gallows intervened and attacked both men. Of course, the AJ Styles Randy Orton feud is going on right now. But Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton worked together and beat down all three members of the OC. And it looked as if, Orton and Drew was on the same side. But in typical Randy Orton move, RKO out of nowhere on Drew. And he called it a night. It's Randy Orton. So after this, it was Charlotte. Charlotte had a backstage segment. Basically, she was saying she was going to win the Rumble. Becky, not Becky, but Charlotte. I mean, it's Charlotte, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, she is favored to win the match. I personally don't want her to win the match because, like I said before, I want new people to win. I want new faces, fresh faces. And she's already a 10-time champion. I love Charlotte, but, I want to see other people. Becky Lynch, the Raw Women's Champion, Becky Lynch, comes out and has a match with one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions, Kairi Sane. Pretty good match. Becky Lynch wins this match by tapping out Kairi Sane with the Disarmor. And immediately after the match, Kairi Sane's partner, Asuka, comes out and attacks Becky Lynch. Their highly anticipated match at the Royal Rumble. One of my favorite match that I'm looking forward to on the card, outside of the Fiend and DB, and of course the Rumble matches themselves. I think both of these women are gonna kill it, and we'll see. After this, it was the Viking Raiders defending their Raw Tag Team Championships against the newly formed Rollins and Murphy. 2 title matches tonight on the card, and both of them didn't main event. Weird and very stupid because, I feel like even though it's not the main title, it's not the WWE title, but still, the titles should feel important, even if, the titles are important, and you should treat it as such, not just in the middle of the card or the show, you know what I'm saying? You should, at least one of them should have main evented. So, I like the fact that you started off with a title match with, Andrade and Rey, but at least main event with the Raw Tag Team titles, you know what I'm saying? It could have gave, even though they lost, Raiders, spoiler alert, they lost, but it could have gave them some type of main event shine for them to move forward in the tag division. But Raiders did lose. Rollins and Murphy are the new Raw Tag Team Champions. Buddy Murphy is a champion again. Yes, sir. Yeah. Former Cruiserweight champion. And obviously Rollins, his resume speaks for himself. This is Rollins's, 4th reign as a Raw Tag Team Champion. He's been a Tag Team Champion with Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, Jason Jordan, and now Buddy Murphy. And I think who's the Tag Team Champion was somebody else too. Can't remember. Insane. So after the win, Rollins announced that he's going to be in the Rumble. He's going to be in the Royal Rumble. And he says he's going to win back-to-back. He's going to win back-to-back. So we shall see what transpires. After this, it was the Street Profits weekend update. I feel like these guys should be more than just comedy acts. Both of them can go in the ring. The Raw Tag Team title tag division is just stale. I mean, you got the Raiders, you got right, Zack Ryder, Kirk Hawkins, AOP, Profits, and the OC. Just Raw is just blah to me. It's just blah to me. Pretty much the same matches every week to me, as you can see. But yeah. Rowan versus Matt Hardy after this. Besides a local competitor, it was Matt Hardy. It was a name. Rowan won this match. It was good to see Matt Hardy, fellow North Carolinian. But yeah, Rowan won this match. After this, it was a backstage segment. Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe announces they're going to be in the Royal Rumble as well, and their intent is to not let the Monday Night Messiah Seth Rollins win. Their clear goal is to not let Rollins win back to back. So we will see what transpires. Obviously, they want to win themselves, but within this feud they be having with Rollins, they just don't want Rollins to win. So we will see what happens in the Rumble with that. And here comes the main event. Rusev and Liv versus Bob, and Lana. This match was... first off, it's not the superstars' fault. It's just creative. Booking is just... Bob was considered in the conversation of facing Brock Lesnar when he first came back. He's the only guy, for as long as I can remember, that has defeated clean. He defeated Roman Reigns clean. Intercontinental champion, United States champion, ECW champion. Where has booking gone with Bob? Like, seriously. And don't get me started on Rusev. Please don't. Single-handedly ruined Liv's return. Seriously. And Lana, I mean, I've always been a sneaky fan of Lana. What she's been able to do as far as just being a manager, but her in-ring work, it's okay, But I like her more as, the mouthpiece for a superstar, or, and just, staying in that lane. I feel like she's best. She thrives more in that role, besides just being in the ring. I just feel bad for these 4 competitors, man. I'll be very thankful when this thing ends. I really don't know where all 4 of these superstars go after it ends. But this was Monday Night Raw, man. The go home show, the last show before the Royal Rumble, the official stop before WrestleMania, The first show before WrestleMania, So, This is Monday Night Raw. January 20, 2020. And we'll see what transpires at the Rumble. So at Thunder Rumble, yes sir,